Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lugnutz.
This is our podcast before Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about Bolt Solutions and a real pickup truck by Chevrolet. Last of a dying breed. Toyota and Dakar. Buick's lounge concept. The last Durango Hellcat. And Subaru Toyota Brz. That and much, much more.
Play on my channel. Drive on Lugnutz.
Drive on Lugnutz right over here to pjandwh.com. We're going to find all the crazy and luggy and nutty moments right up top here, as well as last week's Triforce podcast, Bards Use Jazz Hands. Master Chief works at Burger King. Just like last week's Lugnutz podcast, Dodge's donut maker, Pregnant Integra.
Yeah. And we're going to start right here with Bolt. So, if you remember, there were these fires.
Yeah, can't forget that.
People couldn't sell their Bolt. Well, Chevy has a solution. And
It has minor smoking problem, but if you just crack the windows, it's not that bad.
I wouldn't call that a minor smoking problem.
You got to sell it, man.
They have a solution. No. It's great. They got a solution.
Oh, okay.
They got a solution. They're going to electronically limit the charge to 80%, but you may now park it inside your garage.
We can limit the capacitors to 80%, Captain. I just kind of feel like it's a fucking Star Trek episode a little bit there, where they're trying to grasp at straws. Like, I don't know, man, maybe this.
This is an improvement off of what they had before. Before it was 90%, and you can't go below 70 miles or it'll blow up and Keanu Reeves will show up, which was very expensive.
But then it would be breathtaking.
Yes, it would be breathtaking. But Keanu is very busy and he doesn't have time to show up to every Bolt.
Like a beep, he has a beeper, like like a
damn it, not again.
Fuck. Why did I sign that contract?
Yeah, why did I sign that? Well, with all that contract money, he might want to get a brand new pickup truck.
Maybe, man. He's a man about town and he needs to haul shit. Like
sometimes, do you remember the pickup truck? The pickup truck? You know, I do like a good pickup truck.
I remember the
pickup truck.
Pickup truck. Yeah.
Well, Chevy's releasing a brand new pickup truck. In fact, they're the only ones.
Wow.
That's it. Should be corrected. There is an industrial company, I think Opel, whatever they are.
Opel, yeah.
They make like a pickup truck sort of thing. But
all right, but it's down to Chevy.
Single cab, short bed, Chevy Silverado will be sold in the United States of America for
Dodge?
22. No, they have that man's SUV.
The van thing.
The Rams have the 4 doors.
Yeah.
That's all they sell.
Oh,
and
wow.
the SUVs.
This is the last one. The 2-door.
This is the only one.
3 guys can hop in the truck and fucking haul some shit.
So
go fishing, hunting, whatever, in a Chevy. That's it.
Chevy says for 2022, the body styles will be available in regular cab, both with a standard bed and a long bed. A spokesman told The Drive that, please note, the regular cabs are only produced with the WT trim level. Although...
Pinky up, motherfucker.
No, the problem is they want the Trail Boss package or the RTS package.
These people with these specific packages that they want. Last week, this week, you can't get it.
This Trail Boss package is a big thing, but there are tons of changes you're going to love on the inside, like the 2 seats, which I particularly like. And look, it comes in red.
There's a red one.
Red, white, blue. What other colors do you need?
I choose you. Yeah.
Oddly enough, they have been making these pickup trucks in the Middle East. It's funny you stop on that photo. Because you can get the Trail Boss package or the RTS package in the Middle East. But you can't get it here. Well, you got to start somewhere. There will be
supply and demand.
Yep, well, there will be no Super Cruise, but there will be regular cruise control.
Okay.
Ford does not even sell an F-150 with a 6.5-foot bed.
It's almost like they have a certain chip shortage somehow.
This shouldn't affect the chip shortage. And I have a story on that about last week. You know, but if you want an actual pickup truck, you have to go to Chevy. I don't know what those other things are. Man, SUVs. You know, I don't mean to be insulting, put it that way. It just doesn't look. That's what I grew up as a truck with looking at as a truck.
Yeah, no, that's a truck.
Those other things are.
If you are to have a four-door, it better be that style, that length bed, if not longer.
The other style
SUV
I remember from the Grand Theft Auto 3 games.
Yeah.
And then it went everywhere. Had those blue trucks with the 4 doors and the teeny tiny little bed with the gang.
They were almost like a Pontiac Aztec.
Oh, yeah. They're like now Aztecs everywhere. Aztec ahead of its time.
It really was. It had to be the thing they did with Survivor.
Well, let's roll back with this next story.
A double rollback.
Yes. Turns out GM did some counting and wait, we can start that over.
So what did GM do?
Well, turns out GM did some counting, and if you want heated seats, you can get them in your GM. They're rolling back the rollback. Last week we said you cannot get heated seats, and now they did some counting, and you can.
Hang on. We actually have those parts.
Actually, we have that number of chips. The real thing is they wanted to get them. They didn't want you to go elsewhere and come back to Chevy forever. Or whoever the hell was
we actually want your business. Hang on.
They would like you to come back, so they went and they cut some deals and they got you some chips so you can have heated seats.
Look, we got the chips. Just come back.
Well, they got that. You could have a heated seat when you watch Dakar. And then make the Kessel Run.
In less than 12 parsecs.
But look at that Dakar 2022 Toyota Hilux Dakar truck. The official name is GRDKR Hilux T1.
I know how you love those droid names.
It's a race car, whatever you want to call it, the GRDKR.
I'll call it a Toyota truck. Just like their first one.
Well, you can see it January 2nd in Saudi Arabia with its twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6.
The camber on that fucking thing
is normally found in a Land Cruiser J300 GR Sport with 400 horsepower and 478 torque.
That thing's a beast. I can just tell from looking at it, man.
And with that, I believe they know what to do with camber.
Oh, yeah.
Most people,
no.
They just look stupid.
With the camber kits.
You're just wearing your tires really.
They have special tires.
Bizarre.
There's special tires to where there's more on the end with the camber. Just because I know it's. I know. I didn't mean to send you into septic shock, but
this back to Dakar. The weight has increased to 4,409 pounds. The suspension has changed from 280 to 350 millimeters with those big. I think they're BF Goodrich tires.
Nice.
Or Goodyear, or I didn't.
It's
down.
one of the goods.
But you can read it in the story on Motor One. But
yeah, they're good tires.
Are you ready to see the future?
Usually, I mean, with my past experience, I'm going to say probably no.
This is a concept car by Buick. I love concept cars.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. This is a concept car by Buick. Buick's new cool minivan concept flagship, the GL8. It does. It reminds me. You remember the Astro van? That's why I like it.
I was just thinking.
Reminds me of
looks
the
like
Astro.
a van.
Look at that. No pillars. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Slide back.
That looks amazing. The exterior is meant to be luxurious and dynamic looking with its mix of colors, glass canopy roof, wing-shaped headlights, and high-class sculpted body.
Now, just looking at this back door, you can already hear that sound of like opening up one of those old van doors, like that. And they hear that fucking slide.
Although they don't make that sound anymore.
No, they don't. You pull the handle and it's like, no, I will do it. And it slowly opens like, oh yeah, I couldn't have done it better. You're right. You're right.
We'll get to the interior at some point. I love the exterior.
The
I think
exterior
it looks
looks
fantastic.
It looks good. As long as that space between the door, the front driver door, and the back passenger door is solid in a crash. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
that's the whole purpose of
you have this
pillar,
unibody, and then that seamless door side paneling, which really kind of sells it. The back end with, it looks like a clay sculpture, so it still looks like a concept.
Fantastic looking van.
But I figure you're going to get more like normal taillights, normal stuff in this, and they'll trim it down to make it look more like something passable.
Yeah, I see the wing-shaped lights on the back. They're different.
Yeah,
You're
but
gonna notice it. It looks like you get a lot of storage space with that.
beef
trunk.
these lights up a bit, and
Oh yeah,
they'll
have to focus group that a bit. But let's go to a few photos. So we can look at
what car that goes from concept to reality that doesn't have door handles actually stays that way? Like, not a lot, I would imagine. You got to have.
It'll probably be an option. Yeah.
Do you want the one with door
Here's
handles?
the interior. Yeah. It only has 4 seats.
It's not bad though.
4 seats. Buick says they're using a zero gravity lounge seat inside its cabin. As a whole, it is inspired by the Chinese mountains and water landscape.
You say that, I say, like the Orville or Star Trek inspired interior. You know what I mean? I get the Orville from that.
That is what it's a shuttle pod.
Yeah.
This is what
That's
a
Orville
shuttle pod will look like in the future. Well, wait till you hear these features. Pardon me. Wait till you hear these features. It includes a T-tray, 30-inch driver display, touchscreen on the steering wheel. Wow. Full width windshield, heads-up display with audio system featuring speakers in the headrest. Wait for it, voice-controlled. And Buick is calling VIP electric architecture that uses the... Yes.
Let's rewind that back a little bit there. A full windshield heads-up display. Like, that is not fucking distracting.
They do mention in the article it's a bit ambitious.
Like, people don't like the heads-up display now, and it's like a fucking, like, maybe
You're gonna love it.
square.
It's going to be the size of the screen, but there's more. It is a glass roof, fully reclining, sleeper seats.
Wow.
Hopefully not
That
for the
actually-
drivers.
All right, you guys are by yourself.
Modular seating layout with deployable seats, noise canceling tech, air purifying system, and 50-inch LED screen. Not only that, it has an AI assistant that employs voice command, eye tracking,
the T-track.
and integrates your mobile device, and it uses machine learning to adapt to the user.
Would you like some tea?
You could do your little tea ceremony.
Yeah. Or
This is-
your
this is
Klingon
probably-
tea
this is-
ceremony right there. There's that big-ass
Tea
fucking
ceremony?
screen
This is
they're
probably-
talking about.
Mostly for China, but it's a concept, so it could go anywhere.
It's for Chinese or Klingons.
Yes. Or like they all have a tea ceremony.
That is a big-ass screen, though.
That is a really big screen. They're going ambitious.
And the weird-ass steering wheel, but that dash is very
That's
interesting, but awesome.
I hate to clean it.
Oh, yeah, no, that'd be a bitch. You'd have to get like a Swiffer duster.
Oh, something.
I think a Swiffer would be good with that.
Those are awesome lights.
Yeah, the lights, very angular, very futuristic looking.
The thing is, if you put them on a different car, I might not like it. I like the ambient lighting.
Oh, wow, look at that. You got like little chest
Looks like it has
freezer
a lot
in the back.
of space.
That's where you keep your dead bodies in a cooled climate that you can control. Or it's just a storage locker.
Or we can move on to the next story, which is the last Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. There's issues with the Hellcat, but it does have a 6.2-liter V8 engine.
It has issues.
That does not meet new emissions standards. So get one now before the 2022 models get kicked back a bit. So there will be no SRT model for 2022. The chip shortage, they will keep making the 2021 models for 6 months. So they can probably get those chips, so might as well keep pumping them out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's the last SRT, you might as well put all your chips in one basket. See what I did there.
Well, the regular Dodge Durango has a 5.7-liter Hemi V8 available with the non-Hellcat SRT with a naturally aspirated 6.4-liter V8. Or it has a 6.2 Hellcat that pumps out 710 horsepower and 640 torques. Top speed of 180. Get them while they last, because the next one won't be as great. If you're in the market for a Durango Hellcat, you might want to consider one of these.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. I mean, for an
21.
SUV, you know, Dodge likes to slap that Hellcat brand on everything.
You remember when the Durango first came out?
Yeah.
Man, did that blow your freaking mind? It had the lowered lights. Holy shit, was that awesome looking when that first came out.
It really was. I think I worked for Dodge at that point. Yeah.
Now
nice.
it looks like it wants to be a Range Rover.
Yeah. It looks like it wants to be anything else.
Well,
but I mean, how much attention have you really put at Dodge? I mean, I know I've always said Dodge means to avoid, but make a different definition. I don't know.
Well, we're not going to avoid this next story with Hyundai Kia.
Legos. I love Legos.
Huh?
Hyundais. Yeah, they're like working on Legos.
Right. This is part of their concept. It's supposed to walk, so CNN didn't fuck up. This is their real concept. Kia unveiled their large electric SUV concept in Los Angeles Auto Show on Wednesday. It has no steering wheel, but instead it has a stick that folds away. Can you ever imagine getting used to that?
That was like in the first Total Recall with Schwartzy and the Johnny Cab. They just had a stick.
Yeah, that would be weird. Scroll down and let's look at the seats.
Well, and then you got like Top Gun. Top Gun did that shit as well. Well, there was a fucking
They were
fighter
in
jet.
jets. Look at these seats. They have an L-shaped
Tell me that doesn't look like a
photo.
futuristic fighter jet? Come on.
It has an L-shaped
Maybe
seat.
with LSD. But still, fighter jet. Or you'll think you're like in a fighter jet on LSD in that glowing interior.
You won't.
Lord help you if it pulses with the music. You don't have a chance.
You won't. Well, they have L-shaped seat interior. I think there's a better view below.
That's nice, man.
This is
I like
this
this.
is it in blue.
It does kind of still look like they want to be a Range Rover.
The lamps that are built into the inside of the door spread a warm glow as you open the door and it swings open. It also has a fridge and a shoe compartment so you can change your shoes when you get in the car. Who the fuck does that?
Hang on. Say that again.
It has a fridge and a shoe compartment so you can change your shoes when you get in the car.
All right. Fridge caught me. Like, oh, that's convenient. Shoe compartment. I mean, to each their own. I mean,
You know,
I got a lot of weird shit in my back seat. I got like pajamas, I got slippers, I got weird shit, but I never thought of actually having a shoe compartment. Like, oh no, I'm being a slob. My shoes don't go in the
Well-
back seat. They go in the shoe compartment.
I'm a simple man, but I think this is a neat feature that it will also have airflow to separate the compartments and an ultraviolet light to sanitize the passenger compartment.
Okay. That's kind of cool, actually.
That's neat, I guess.
Yeah. You got a UV
suppose.
light sanitizing shit.
Well, they describe the concept.
I'd like that to be a standard safety feature, honestly, because you're looking at sanitation in this day and age. That would be a standard safety feature you would like, at least for like driver passenger.
A little bit, as long as you know that it
A
works.
little
you
UV
can
light.
prove it
I
works.
mean, how much draw could that cause on the regular all the other shit you have in the electrical system? You know what I mean? A little
Sure, it's
standard,
fine.
boom, UV light, sanitize the shit right before you get into the car, done. And that's a nice safety feature to put in, I don't know, maybe your Mercedes. Call me.
Okay. I'm going to continue with the story now. They describe the concept of the underlying engineering called EGIMP, Electric Global Mobile Platform.
Bring out the GIMP.
EGIMP.
I guess so. It has nothing to do with Pulp Fiction.
No, but it is a highly flexible electric-based platform for vehicles.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with Pulp Fiction.
And it can go from 10% to 80% in 30 minutes. I think the charging times really getting tolerable.
They are, man. I mean,
Half hour, I can do a half
talking
hour.
about the fucking Audi last week, man. 320 miles, 30 minutes. Like, pop on a podcast, smoke a joint, and relax. Like, just fucking chill. You know what I mean? Maybe not if you're driving, but my point is, you just relax for 30 minutes and you have a fully charged battery.
Yeah.
Who cares
Well-
if it burns for 3 days if you crash?
Well, let's see what they're doing in China. What Lincoln is doing in China.
Okay, why not? I thought he was dead, but why?
Well, Lincoln is introducing the Zephyr at, what is that? Gangzhou?
Guangzhou.
Guangzhou. At the Guangzhou Auto Show 2021. This is developed exclusively for China. It has a lot of
You don't say.
Yes, digital touchscreens inside. It's gigantic with a 114-inch wheelbase, so there's tons of room on the interior.
Can they fit that on their streets?
Is long.
Oh, long. Not
long.
you're still sitting right next to each other.
It's China. It's China. They
Yeah.
just built it.
And they're smaller people too. So you got
But no,
plenty
they
of room.
like the Chinese like a bigger car. So it's not like
really?
it's not like Europe.
Yeah, where they have everything tiny.
In Europe, the streets are this wide.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
in China, I mean, maybe some of the older sections, but like they're the Chinese. They just move everything. They're efficient as fuck, I imagine.
God, I'm such a
As someone
fan of
who doesn't
efficiency.
live there and just imagines it's wonderful in every way. But it will have a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4, 8-speed automatic, and they have plans for a hybrid future.
A lot of people are going to the turbocharged fours.
Yeah.
It's a good, easy option to get that horsepower and torque that you need and still have the ability to fine-tune that fuel efficiency.
A couple years ago, Formula One went from the V8 to the turbocharged 6.
Now, dare I say, it is a scary thought, but I have heard that a lot of people are thinking about CVT transmissions.
Well, not these people, because they're going with an 8-speed automatic, and they tell us that we should expect in the future minimalist body panels for future Lincolns, as well as lighting elements across the entire front of the headlights.
I mean,
and a large glass roof to allow natural light into the cabin.
But that all makes sense because when you look at Lincoln's always had kind of a minimalist look to it. It looked elegant, classy. That was always flat, smooth face.
It's the
nice body lines.
The other American luxury car company.
Yeah. And
Lincoln, Buick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get into either of those. Like, I've driven in many Buicks, and they just drive like you're driving the flying Nimbus. You know, you're riding on clouds. But the main thing is that getting that other kind of perspective on things.
Well, Car and Driver, I think, has a perspective on this next story. Did I guess right? Yeah, red, white, and blue. Car and Driver.
Bam.
Has one of the 10 best, the Subaru Toyota BRZ, or they also call it the GR86.
Yeah.
It was at one point also a Scion. The
It
Subaru
was.
Toyota Scion thing has 2.4 liters and makes 228 horsepower, 184 torques with a 6-speed manual. They say there's plenty of mid-range and a vast improvement for the everyday driving experience. You're not driving around on a mobile skid pad all day. Pardon me.
Well, it's nice that they are actually like looking at the driving experience and
Yeah.
thinking about the driver in that car and what they expect from it.
Well, it's a solid built, small, affordable car with a balanced rear drive chassis and into the corners.
I mean, when you
Balanced rear end into the corners. If I can talk, I'll do that again.
But
It
that's-
is a solid and affordable car with a balanced rear drive that with smooth lines let's try that once more. Fortunately, no one watches. It is a small, affordable car with a balanced rear end that glides right into the corners. The A-pillars lead for a great line of sight, and the optional follow headlights will follow the path for about 30,000, and third time's a charm.
yes, it is. But that's always that's all of what you expect from Toyota.
I've heard nothing but good things about this in the past.
Yeah. Solid cars. Especially when it comes to, you know, Toyota, Subaru, anything that they do. They have a solid line in their cars, regardless of how much oil leaks out later on.
They do say it's better for everyday driving, but you can it's still driftable. It's still a drifter's car.
That's nice to hear that they're still having that little nod to who actually buys their cars, you know.
Drifters, yes. Well, drifters might like one of these next cars. We have
Probably.
a list of BMW's most reliable cars.
Nice.
Other than this list, the other list was cars that I could buy that are more reliable than my Porsche. So I went with this one because BMW's
Fair enough.
earlier on the list. First on the list, they have a picture of it. The BMW, I think it's lower. There we go. The BMW E83X3. Oof, what a name. It was first introduced in 2003. It had Euro NCAP awards for safety. Got to start somewhere with an SUV thing.
Yeah.
Next on the list,
There it is.
B is BMW's E36 M3. E36 M3 is its BMW S52 straight inline 6. That gives 321 horsepower with a 3.2-liter engine, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds.
That green looks great, though.
That's a fantastic looking car.
Oh, yeah. Especially
That
from the
M3,
rims.
ooh.
It's a classic looking style when you look at the M3.
Oh,
and
yeah.
with the green and those nice silver powder coated
They
rims.
have the specific
Oh,
year. Good. I
chef's
didn't type
kiss.
what year.
Lower.
Lower. I think it's lower. That's the other one.
92.
Well,
And then
or
a
you can go with
2002.
number 8, right? BMW 2002 318i gets
Yeah.
a 4 out of 5 on reliability with AA cars. That's a European thing. 1.5-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder that produces 141 horsepower. It's interesting that they have a 3-cylinder.
The back end kind of looks like a Volvo.
Yeah, a little bit.
It has that Volvo swoop.
But
You
what
know?
else are you going to do with the back end?
There's only so many designs you can do. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so many
Although
things.
there's tons of combinations,
Yeah.
including the 2012. Did I miss one? Okay. The 2008 BMW 750i.
Yes. Very nice looking. That one, and some nice tint. on the windows.
Absolute.
Very elegant looking, almost ambassadorial.
5-star rating and has 70% of positive reviews on Edmunds. Let's see if I got the next one in the queue. Yes, the 2012 BMW Z4.
If you're a tiny man who wants to go fast,
Yes, who doesn't want to go fast?
those are the only people that fit in them.
In a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that can deliver 240 horsepower and 265 torques while remaining relatively silent for an engine.
And the driver is roughly the height of us.
Well, that's that. It's built for normal people.
If you're taller, fuck you. You don't deserve it.
It's a sports car. Tall people. It's made for mass markets. You gotta the people on the ends. Tough.
What about the big gorilla, Jeremy Clarkson? He deserves to drive as an M4, you know?
It's a convertible. Next on the list.
Watch out for bugs.
Next on the list, 2016 BMW M4.
Yeah. Very nice.
84% of positive reviews on Edmunds. BMW 4 Series also gets 5 stars. 3-liter turbocharged V6 that produces 425 horsepower. This is a crowd pleaser all round, although I like the look of the other car.
I like the look of that
Now,
one.
One more, two
but-
more up. The was it the M3?
Was it? Yeah,
one more,
that
no,
one.
one more.
Well,
One
you said
more.
two.
One more. All right, it was.
How many
rather
more one mores?
The green one. Yeah, that one. I like that one. That one I like.
It was like 5 ago.
5 ago. Yeah, right. Now we're on the
I don't even know where the fuck we are.
i3. This one, great reviews.
Cut into them.
BMW 2005 BMW 325i.
Yeah, man.
88% of positive reviews on cars.com.
Slick.
And they're willing to recommend the 325i to a friend. That's a
That
nice
looks
looking
like
car.
my favorite car to grab in Grand Theft Auto. You know what I mean?
It needs the sun things on the window.
Yeah, the Sentinel or whatever it was. It was so fucking reliable. You could drive the fuck out of that thing.
And they were everywhere.
Absolutely everywhere. I love that.
Or you could get a 2018 BMW i3. Looks like a hot hatch, electric
man.
gas. No, that's not it. Go down lower, the i3. There.
Oh.
Whatever the hell that is. The i3.
But this
the
one, though, I wanted to say, and it was off
Yeah.
of last week, and the liftback. This is a hatchback.
Yeah.
The Integra, and I'm thinking about it after watching it in the same podcast 3 times through editing and promoting. There is a clear difference between a liftback and what they're selling.
A hatch is more
and
of
a hatch.
It's a door, and a lift
It's a bubble.
is sort of like a big trunk.
Yeah.
That's
To
what
where,
I'd say.
fuck that noise. Once again, I'm sold on the Integra.
So whatever this BMW
Yeah.
Z4, that's reliable, and this
Yeah.
is their electric. They call
The
it an
i3.
electric gas, but it has a backup little gas. It's an electric car with a little gas generator in the back.
Okay. Well, that's rather disappointing. It looks pretty futuristic looking in the design. I mean, if
think
you
it's
haven't
ugly.
seen the i3, it is god-awful ugly. But
Let's get to the best-selling car.
that's my cop-out, is futuristic looking, you know?
Let's get to the best, highest-selling luxury car in
Yeah.
the United States. That would be the 2006 BMW E90 330i. What a good-looking car.
That wide-ass wheelbase.
They made an astronomically large amount of these.
Those are childbirth and hips right there.
You go down, I
Made
think it was
for
like-
going around corners.
300,000 they made 336,232 units. This
It
is the
just
highest
looks-
selling luxury car in the United States.
It
Top
looks like
safety picks. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it looks like it. I mean, when you look at BMW, and this has that classic look
It's
that
a great look.
everybody has just known for years. And even in that kind of matte black look right there with the white rims, that looks really just...
It's a fantastic. BMWs are fantastic cars, probably to lease.
It's just a shame that all the drivers are pricks.
Well,
Most of them. I will
it's
say.
because they want to drive, and most people struggle with driving.
On that note, I would say, who could blame them? Because this podcast is all about the cars that drive you.
And drive on over to our
Yeah.
website at pjandwh.com.
Yeah, man.
You can find me most days, Monday to Friday-ish. Probably not Thursday or Friday, but you never know. Over on Walljanger Gaming, I'm doing Mass Effect. We're doing people's help. What do they call them? Help missions.
Oh, yeah,
helping
you're going
people.
around with the crew help missions. Okay.
And it's a fantastic.
Are you
game. This
going
one's
for the infamous no crew death
great. Oh yeah,
end scenario?
it's the simplest thing in the world.
It's the only
You
way
just
to do.
don't hurry. Just do all their side missions,
Yeah.
and
then
they're
they
fun,
all live.
So they all live. Yeah, because then they're not distracted by thinking about their
Because I remember
genetic
finishing.
sister.
Just trying to hurry through and finishing it. And then
Yeah.
the one lizard doctor,
Yeah,
he died. And I was like, no! And I had to go
You
back.
didn't- yeah, you didn't.
I
do
had to go
his.
back and do his missions. And I was like, oh, whew. But I was so relieved when I got that everybody survives scenario with that.
Yep.
That was the fun about Mass Effect, is that you had to have, if you got one ending, you were like, no, I got to get the other
Not
one.
only that, but that came back in other games. So when in the beginning you wanted to pick one, you had like, oh, my infiltrator was the one, he was the good one, and then my soldier, he was the one, he was the paragon,
he could be
and then the other guy. So this one, I want to continue that one
Yeah.
because
No,
you get different characters.
my
that
soldier
pop
was
up
the
in
dickhead. He
future
was the
games.
renegade. He was
Yeah, yeah.
complete
I don't
soldier.
think I had a renegade.
Oh, yeah, man. Renegade is so fun to play as. Just being that dickhead. Like,
Now, occasionally, I do like a renegade option. If the
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
if you give me a bit too much mouth, then yeah,
you got
right through the window.
You're giving me too much sass. Better watch out.
No. Hey, hey.
Goodbye.
Thank you for joining us. Please contact us over here
Yeah,
at
man.
pjandwh.com. Till then, drive on.
It doesn't matter if you drive a GTA Sentinel or a Ferrari. Nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang. Drive on!
Play on my China. Drive on Lugnutz.
Drive on, gang.